everybody? It's SailorturntGamer. SailorturntGamer is here. SailorturntGamer is in the building. We are back again for another episode of Days of Dauntless. On today's episode of Days of Dauntless, we are again going over another patch review, and I will be giving my thoughts and impressions on the patch review. This patch is for version 0.5.11, and the patch notes were posted as of Halloween, and they are actually going to be implemented today, which is November 1st as of the making of this video. So patch notes, the patch usually goes down at 10 PST, my time, San Diego here in California, but expect that patch to be coming and hitting your game near you today. So without further ado, we are going to hop into the patch notes and let's get this started. Alright, so 0.511 ends Dark Harvest and ushers in sunshine, bug fixes, and more. Okay, so the Dark Harvest is over. Those of you that didn't get a chance to participate, it will be back next year. But before even hopping into this new to Dauntless note, if you guys didn't get a chance to participate in Dark Harvest, they did have a new behemoth, the Riftstalker, which is now present in the game as of today. So be sure to hop in and face that guy. He got some new armor, new weapons, and they are really cool visually, as well as they bring on a whole new take to the game. So be sure to check that out. Alright, so let's hop in this news to Dauntless. Alright, Dark Harvest is over and sunshine again, revealing a city scrubbed clean of graffiti. But while the unseen seems to have skulked back into the shadows, the Umbra Riftstalkers remain. Be on the lookout for those. Telltale purple portals. Alright, so it's just letting us know that Riftstalker is still here, even though the Dark Harvest is over, which I figured as much. I figured that that would be the case. And so as we get to our quality of life section, I'm seeing a lot of quality of life changes. Some of those are hopefully bug fixes, probably bug fixes. I mean, they pretty much let us know in the entering statement. So let's hop into these quality of life changes and let's see what they have new. A lot of bug fixes right off the bat. They fixed an issue where certain hit reactions were taking priority over resolve. They fixed a bug that could cause players to spawn outside of the Riftstalker's murder place. The Transfusion Grenades healing orbs should more reliably seek and heal their targets, which is good. They're going to continue to make the grenades as effective as possible, which again is going to help that team synergy. So that's great. It's going to reduce that downtime and reduce players and slayers being down. So that's great. The Transfusion Grenades healing orbs will no longer be consumed if they strike a slayer who is at full health. Nice. They will now pass through them and move on to the next target. So that's fantastic to see that they're buffing the Transfusion Grenades as well as fixing them, but they're making them a more viable option to the gameplay. So hopefully as you guys are playing and as you guys are hunting and slaying these behemoths, you're going to start to see other slayers utilizing the Transfusion Grenades. I know I will be, so if you guys are ever in a group with me, just know we'll have the Transfusion Grenades on deck. The Transfusion Grenades healing orbs will now change targets immediately if their active target is killed or healed to full, which is great. They're not wasting the Transfusion Grenades. They're really making some changes, buffing those grenades. Transfusion Grenades are buffed. That's a big thing, huge thing, guys. Fantastic. Alright, so we have now that they have added new daily and weekly challenges for repeaters, so that's great. It's going to start to create a change in the player base and try to get players to shift towards the weapon to not only try them out, but hey, if you want to get those gold cores, you may see some weekly challenges that are toned towards the repeaters, so that's good. They're really trying to make the repeaters a staple in the game by adding all the changes that they've made over the past couple patches, in addition to now adding the weekly and daily challenges for repeaters, so that's good. It's really good. Ramsgate and the Shattered Isles have both undergone an optimization pass, which is great. We gotta continue to make Ramsgate better as well as the Shattered Isles. I mean, those are the biggest places. I mean, that's the most important thing in the game, right? Dye palettes have been restored to their proper order in the UI. Dye palettes aren't available. Will now display a lock, which is way better, because I purchased some dye stuff a couple weeks ago and I'm like, how am I supposed to know which ones I have and don't have if I, you know what I mean, don't know? It's silly, but it's good that they have a lock on them. It makes it way easier to step in the right direction, so it's great to see them making subtle yet effective changes like that. Alright, so we have dye swatches are now easier to use when playing with a gameplay. They did a polish pass on some hair and beards. Reposition the Riftstalker's Umbral Blast so that it no longer shoots below his feet. It made it easier to break parts from Firebrand before it dies. It's great. Here's a couple of VFX changes. Nice. They did a couple of VFX changes actually on the Riftstalker. They did one on this pass, and then they cleaned up the VFX for the Riftstalker weapon. So that's great. Way to make the game continue to look better. I mean, I have a fantastic computer, and more importantly, once this game hits console, we want the little things to be perfect, because this game is fantastic, as you guys know, and I cannot wait for the console release for more players to get an opportunity to see how fantastic this game is. Alright, so we now know that they will be improving the audio and visual effects on the Riftstalker portal jumps. They changed the way that the chain blade pull rotates players, making it more fluid. Great. Fixed a couple of places where Slayers could get stuck on ledges if they fell off an island. That happens to me all the time. I forget the location, but it's like the desert location. Whenever we go there and I'm hunting like an Embermane or a Drast or something, and there's the gaps in between the jumps, I'll fall, but not fall to my death. I'll fall and then I'll land like on a secondary ledge. And then it happened a couple of times to where I tried to kill myself by jumping off, but every time I respawn, I respawn back on that ledge. So it's great to know that that issue is going to be fixed, because hopefully I was the only player that experienced that issue, but I doubt it. So it's good to see that they're fixing those bug issues. I love reading the patch notes and then finding out that there are so many bug fixes that they have that they're fixing. So it's fantastic to see that stuff. Alright, so they also completed a VFX pass on Aether Vents, making them appear more grounded, which is great. They got to make the game look as crispy as possible. They improved the Repeater's ability to inflict elemental status effects, which is great, making them such a great support weapon in addition to like the war chains and stuff like that. It's really helping that team unity. I personally use a Riftstalker set with the repeaters, and I really like the pairing of the long distance support with the conduit perk, in addition to now they're making it easier for elemental abilities to proc. It's really helping the repeaters mold into such a great support weapon. So it's fantastic to see that actually taking place. They fixed a bug that will cause Slayers to lose their eyes or eyebrows due to helmet hiding effects. It never happened to me, but hey, it's great. Made UI buttons easier to read and understand. They fixed the bug that will cause repeater wielding Slayers to pop weirdly while they're being pulled into the Riftstalker's murder place. They fixed the bug where armor power didn't mitigate thorn/vine damage. Koshai's gear should now correctly unlock after players has hunted Koshai. Repeater wielding Slayers can now shoot and destroy Koshai's falling seed pods and Chirag rolling lava balls. Great. That's fantastic to see, making the repeaters that much more effective. They fixed the bug that will cause Slayers to execute the Warpike sidestep attack, even though it was removed in the previous patch. Happens to me very frequently. So I have been using the Warpike a lot recently. Pretty much over the past couple weeks, I've been using the Warpike a lot more frequently than what I have been before. And yeah, I'm like, I sidestep every now and then, and I knew that was supposed to be removed. But hey, I guess it didn't work the first time. They got it the second time. I wipe it clean. They did a VFX polish pass on lava pools, so that's gonna look visually way better. Can't wait to see a lot of these visual changes. It's fantastic. Redesigned and replaced Riftstalker's vocalizations. They fixed the bug that will cause the Warpike to continue to whoosh when it was dodge canceled. Let's scroll up a little bit more. And the last couple of bugs is telling us that they fixed the bug where the camera would respond to input while the player was navigating the emo wheel. And lastly, they fixed the bug where some helmets will cause Slayers to appear eyeless. The goggles do nothing. Alright, so that's a very weird bug, but it's good to know that not only did they fix several bugs for things that were broken that shouldn't be broken, they made VFX changes to some significant things in the game, and they buffed the Transfusion Grenades. So that is fantastic in itself to see. Transfusion Grenade buff, amazing. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to hop in and see the more effective Transfusion Grenades, because they're really good grenades. So it's good to know there's always juicy details to catch and these quality of life changes in these patch notes and in these news updates. And if those of you are finding my channel for the very first time, I will be covering always any news and any patch note updates in a format like this. If there's anything that you guys think that I can do to be able to present the information better, be sure to let me know, and I will correct that issue, or I will make changes so that way we can make this experience and make this channel better. My Primary means of communication is Twitch. You guys can catch me streaming at Twitch TV/SailorturntGamer. It's a place where we constantly stream, as well as we have a community that's incredibly positive. So be sure to check us out. If you check us out on Twitch, we have a lot of information on Twitch in our panels that you guys can check out as well, that will take you to various locations to find extra content that we cannot put here on YouTube. Also, be sure to check out the description box below, because all that information will be there as well from the other sources where we have additional content, like our Discord. Our Discord is a great place to go because we have various builds for Dauntless there, as well as other types of content. Be sure to catch us on Reddit as well. We're very active in the community, and we're growing every single day. It's a fantastic place to be, and I really appreciate you guys for coming here and tuning in to SailorturntGamer. I can't say I appreciate everything enough. Thank you so guys for making it at this point in the video. It means a lot to me. Give the video a like and a thumbs up, and again, this Sailor will be out in the open ocean. You guys get one of those, and I'm incredibly grateful.